Good afternoon guys, how are we doing? It's Adam here, Reef Lounge Aquatics TV here at the shop in Ballymount in Dublin. Just wanted to give you a little intro to the video today. A little bit all over the place. We're going to show you a few things that are happening in the shop, go through a little bit of life at the shop, some of the tasks we have to perform on a regular basis, give you guys a little bit of an insight into the daily runnings and weekly runnings of an aquarium shop. We're taking some deliveries. We're going to build a little display tank, which we may or may not be selling, who knows, depends how good it looks. We'll have a look at some fish, we'll have a look at some cleaning jobs that we do, have a look at some of the maintenance that we do. Like I say, give you guys a little bit of a look at what we do on a daily basis to keep the shop running and keep all of the fish here ready for you guys to come and buy to put in your tank. So let's go and grab a coffee. We've also got a coffee dock here, which maybe you can see behind me, serving bean to cup coffee here, so you can grab a cup of coffee while you browse and have a look at the marine stuff. So we'll go and grab a cup and then we'll go and see what's going on in the store. Well, these tanks certainly look like it's been a busy weekend. So, as usual on a Monday morning, we have plenty of maintenance to do. A lot of these things, blue-eyed tang, citron goby sold, a lot of the labelling's wrong now, a lot of what was in the tanks before is gone, ribbon eel we sold at the weekend, lovely raccoon butterfly there. Hello mate, waiting for breakfast, not quite yet. But yeah, tanks generally just look a bit messy and a bit dirty and a bit in need of a clean, you know, so Monday's a good time for a bit of maintenance, bit of sorting out, bit of clearing some of the chaos from the weekend. Some of our bare bottom tanks there need a good siphon out at the bottom. Bare bottom tanks are great, they showcase the fish really well, but geez, they catch detritus real quick. So yeah, I need to get in there and clean those. Probably feed this fish. This lion thinks I'm going to feed him all the time. Look at that. Not this time, buddy. Not this time. Blonde naso on the tag there that's gone, etc, etc. There's lots of cleaning to do, so I'm just going to give all of these tanks a good clean, good once over, get them set up and get ready for the week, and then yeah, everything will look bright. Take stock of what we've got in, have a look at anything that anyone's requested to add to the order, get a little bit of a list together of what we've still got, of what we need in. Yeah, and get an order in for marine livestock that'll arrive later on in the week. So that's the fun I'm going to be having for the next half an hour. So cool.
So, gonna do a bit of a walk around. This is what we do each morning when we come in. Have a look over the fish, have a look over the corals, have a look over the shop, make sure everything's okay. Not a lot of marine fish in at the moment, probably a bit, but order will be being done this week, so yeah, we'll see. So we'll flip the camera around and show you some bits and pieces and see if you can be spot at and shouldn't be in the bay or that is sick or whatever, like. So the chroma's okay. She's loaded the rice overnight. These boys look fine. These boys look fine. He's still stunning, absolutely cracking. Yeah, all good. Yes, look. All fine, stunning little purple, little snails, trims. 2 corals in there, they must be getting treated. Yeah, just a lot of detritus. I'll have to hoover all that up. So, everything seems cool. Look at that urchin. And there's a heat shield. Whoa, sorry, I'm cooking over with my hand. But look at him. He is awesome, isn't he? But yeah, it is cool. The green foil fish. These are tank red from De Young Marine. Inverts. Yeah. As I said, we do an order. Loads of snails. Some hermit crabs, snails. Oh. Thought that was a dead one, but the malt. This guy looks freshly malted. Oh, we have an issue. We have an issue. Nice little compound crab there, see him hiding in there. And we also have a big monster of a crab that keeps snapping the cable ties. I'm going in each side and taking out snails. See, he's under here. We take him up. Now, look at that big bastard. Up. We get him in the mouth. Yeah, he's gone hiding there. I'll move him in a minute. Yeah. Fish look alright. Corals, gunnies look alright. Everything's open, happy, no issues. Happy. Yeah, all hammers, torches look okay. No brown jelly, no slime. No lost heads overnight. And corals, which is always a bonus. Right, try hiding this. Yeah, seems fine. All seems fine. It's good. Seems good. Oh, you don't look good, you're sitting down. Right, we'll deal with you in a minute. All these guys look good. Plant light's only gone on. They'll alright, we'll have a look at them later. Betters all seem fine. Tetras, glow light tetras, mixture of cardinals there, black goldfish, some mollies in there. All look good. That's not too bad. Doesn't look too bad at all. Right, let's get on and do some water top ups and stuff like that. Boring stuff, I don't think you really need to say.
So it's worth talking to you guys about this tank as well. So this is a tank I've set up just a few days ago. There's actually clips of this being put together in the video. I'm pretty sure, if I remember rightly, I videoed the hardscape and videoed a bit of the actual unboxing and stuff of this particular tank. But it's worth having a look at what's actually going on in this tank, because this is something that goes on in pretty much all tanks, and sometimes it's more obvious than others. Tends to be more obvious in freshwater. There are other signs of it in marines, and it also tends to be more obvious when you're putting organics like bogwood and natural materials into a new tank. So if you look here, and I'll try and video this as well as possible, do you see this really quite heavy slime coat that's all over the wood in this tank? So there's great big bubbles of it here. It's literally coating all of the wood in this tank entirely. So this is a bacterial slime, right? So what we're talking about here is, as we all know, bacteria is necessary for an ecosystem to thrive. We all know that wait out period where you want your bacteria to populate your tank, you want your bacteria to be there. Bacteria is essentially what breaks down ammonia into nitrates and ammonia into nitrites, and then nitrites into nitrates, and makes your toxic ammonia and nitrite into your toxic ammonia and nitrite into non-toxic nitrate, which can then be removed with water changes, etc. But it's more than that. We're talking about denitrifying bacteria there, but there's more than that that goes on. When your fish go to the toilet, or when you have excess food that drops down, well, how does that get broken down? What bacteria is it that's actually breaking down fish waste and fish poo, basically, that literally lands on the bottom as a solid form? That's not your denitrifying bacteria, okay? So excuse me if this gets a little bit wordy. We're talking about two different types of bacteria. One type of bacteria is heterotrophic bacteria, and the other type is autotrophic, okay? So autotrophic, auto meaning same, makes its own food out of inorganic compounds, okay? So for example, ammonia is not an organic compound, and the bacteria, autotrophic bacteria, they make their own food out of inorganic compounds like ammonia, okay? So they are what lives in your filter. They're what lives in your filter media, and it's what you want in your tank to break down ammonia into nitrite and nitrite into nitrate, okay? So the other type then, heterotrophic bacteria. So heterotrophic bacteria, they eat waste in your tank just like any other animal does. So they eat fish waste, they eat fish food, everything like that. They produce CO2 just like a living animal will, and they also produce ammonia as a byproduct of their eating, of their digestion, etc. So they contribute to your ammonia issue. Now, we need some heterotrophic bacteria to break down waste, food, etc. at the bottom of the tank, and we need lots of autotrophic bacteria, because that's what gets rid of our ammonia and what means that we can keep a decent bioload in the tank. The problem is, autotrophic bacteria, they take a long time to populate an aquarium, whereas heterotrophic bacteria happens almost instantly. This tank's literally a few days old, and look at the amount of slime that we've got all over this rock here, all over this wood here. It's really quite crazy to see. This is also the same bacteria that contributes to cloudy water. So anyone that's set up a tank and has had a cloudy water issue when the tank's new, this is why. Basically, your heterotrophic bacteria populate your aquarium really quickly. I'm deliberately not going to clean this scape. I've done this before. I did it in the tank at the back there. I got this issue on the bogwood, lots and lots of bacteria creating this big ugly slime coat, and I went, you know what, I'm just going to take it out and I'm going to clean it off and get rid of it. Bad idea. Why? Well, because if you don't give it a surface to live on, then it's going to live in the water, and that makes the water really cloudy. And I dealt with cloudy water in my tank for a long time. It's a display tank at the back there, the planted display tank with the cloudy mountain minnows and the tetras in there at the moment. So leave it alone, really, because what will happen is that your different types of bacteria will outcompete each other, and you'll end up with a balance in your ecosystem, and that's what's going to serve you best. So trying to get rid of this is not the right idea, really. Trying to clean it off and wipe it off, it's still going to be in there, it's still going to come back, it's still going to repopulate. It's just now it's going to be in your water column, and it's going to look even worse because now your water's all milky and cloudy, and nothing, even quality flocculants, are going to get rid of it. You literally just have to wait for it to outcompete. Water changes can help, but really the best cure for this is time and letting it run its course. So yeah, there's more to cycling a tank, and there's more to setting up a tank than just waiting for that denitrifying bacterial cycle to take place. There's lots of different bacterial processes that take place in your tank when you set it up, and this is what one of them looks like. How could we miss a perfect videoing opportunity when Davey's getting attacked by a clownfish? She got you yet?
Yeah, she's got me loads of times.
Loads of times. Loads of times.
I'm trying to get this, make sure it stays away.
Don't swear when she bites you, Davey. Oh, look at her! She really doesn't like you being in there, does she, mate?
Yeah.
Wow. Look at that. That is a defensive fish. Davey's just trying to play some corals. Make a nice LPS end on our 7-foot display. He's getting attacked by a clownfish. It's all good fun, isn't it, mate?
Yeah.
Oh guys, we're just going to go through and feed some fish now, so it's be a pretty good opportunity to show you a little bit of the setup that we've got. So yeah, I'm just going to try and balance a tub of fish food somewhere so I can feed fish and hold a camera and talk to you guys at the same time. So hopefully that all works out. Just put a little bit of light on the subject. So there's some individual bays here. These are actually all set up and ready to go. We've a decent order of trops coming in, a few different things coming in this week. So there's actually nothing in those bays to feed right now, but just to give you an idea of how we run some of our little separate bays here. Most of our stuff's on bays where tanks are linked and fed by individual sumps for filtration, but we do have some that are individual bays. Just helps when fish need very specific conditions. You get some fish coming in needing different pHs, different alkalinities. Every now and then you get fish that come in that need treatment, this, that and the other, so having some kind of sponge filtered, individually heated tanks just gives us options to put fish around where we can give them the individual care requirements that we need. So put those there. We've got some goldfish over on this side as well, looking good. Actually, this is my tropical food tub here, so I'm not going to give that to the goldfish. I'll come back on them, but nice Ryukin goldfish there. We've got a calico pearl scale left. More of them coming in. Beautiful little fish. Just keeping them in nice clean individual tanks for now. Got some trops down here, some nice neons, so we'll give them a little feed. Neons. Who doesn't love a neon, huh? Little bit of pellet food. We feed a variety. We feed several times a day. Just going through and feeding some pellet now because it's easy. But they get frozen, they get dried, they get all sorts. Every now and then we use some of our live on them as well. We have, as you guys probably know, we have full range of live food, artemia, bloodworm, this, that and the other. So our fish stock get that as well. Give this little tank a little bit. So what we've got in here, not very much. We've got some threadfin rainbows. They're really lovely little thread fins, some black neons, some blue emperor tetras in there as well. So let's give those guys a little bit of food to be busy with. These guys are in our bay here with some planted bogwoods, just to keep it natural, make it look nice, and give some more things for you guys to be able to pick up when you come in. These planted bogwoods, I actually did them myself, at least 3 plants on each. This one's got an Anubia species, looks like Barterii, but I'd be lying if I said I knew that that's exactly what it was. Barterii, however you say that. We've a Java fern on there, and then we've some Bursitis, I've forgotten that one as well. Little Japanese fern, that name will come to me. I'm sure it's Bossilitis, something along those lines. Really nice little Japanese fern, epiphytes as well, so you're getting a minimum of 3 plants on each one. And sometimes we've got a little bit more of other bits and pieces on as well. This one over here has got a bit of Java moss that will grow in nicely as well. Lovely guppies in this tank, really nice. I wonder if it focuses on those. I hope so. So yeah, we just go through a couple of 3 times a day as is necessary. Feed our fish, give them all some checkovers, make sure they're healthy. This bay I've given a really good once over the last couple of days. Really clean and tidy, looking lovely. Planted with bogwoods, all of that kind of stuff. We're going to replicate that through the rest of the shop. So all the time when you're coming to look at fish and pick stuff out, not only are you getting lovely, fresh, healthy stock that's kept in the conditions that are required for its individual species, but you're also getting fish that are used to tank life with plants around them and all of that kind of stuff. Yeah, the fish shop's not their long-term home. They're always better when they get into home aquaria. They're always better when you guys get them home. They always thrive a lot better in that situation. But do you know what? While they're here, the better that we can keep them, the better that they're going to be for you guys. And having the option to take up the shop and treat a little bit if necessary is for me an essential. Look, let's face it, yeah, any fish shop that says that they never get any fish that have any problems, illnesses, parasites, etc., that they never have to deal with those. Well, guys, either you've got the most miraculous suppliers in the world, or you're just saying it. Everyone gets a fish that comes in every now and then with illness. Now, you can either hide them out the back, get them out of the tanks and carry on going, or you can take those banks of fish off sale. You can treat them specifically to their needs, and then you can offer them for sale once they're good again, just to make sure that you're not passing on any problems or parasites or illnesses to any customers in your own tanks. I've had it done to me before. I bought fish in good faith and had them come back and cause a real problem. Look at that macrostoma, the apistogramma. He is absolutely beautiful. Go sideways, bud. There you go. Look at that fish. Stunning South American cichlid variety. Really beautiful. Let's give the display a little bit of food as well. This tank's looking pretty nice. There we go. Yum yum. As soon as they realise it's there, they're all over it. Cool, isn't it? So yeah, that's one of the things we do a couple of times a day, going through, making sure everything's fed, making sure everything's looked after, and creating lovely looking holding tanks. Good morning, Davey.
Hey,
how are we doing?
Sorry. Not too bad. I'm just unpacking a fish delivery.
TMC?
Yeah, TMC. All the way from Portugal.
Very cool. What's in the bag?
He's wrasse.
Wrasse.
He looks like a little sea fighter. We're not going to see him in the corner.
Yeah, no.
But he looks good. He looks healthy.
So basically, guys, when our deliveries come in, they're all packed in poly boxes. They come in from various different places. TMC comes from Portugal. And they're all in these lovely bags. If it's going to be cold weather, there's heat packs. If not, then not, as they're needed. And we get everything individually wrapped in bags. Let's see what's in here. That is a beautiful wrasse. Can't see through the camera. Yeah, that's awesome. That's beautiful. So they all come in like this. We turn all our lights off on the fish bays, and we float them for temperature acclimation for as long as necessary to get the temperatures right, keeping the lights off on the fish bay, giving them a bit of comfort, giving them a bit of time to settle and relax. What else we got in here? Oh, cool. Blue cheek sleeper goby. One of my favourite sand sifting fish. These guys are absolutely awesome. Picking up big mouthfuls of sand, spitting it back out again when it's clean. Let's float him up here. So yeah, once we get them into the bays here, we allow them to temperature acclimate, and we go through the acclimation process as is required. Get them all released, leave the lights off for a little bit, let them settle, check them for any issues, make sure there's no problems. Obviously we're observing in the bags before they're released as well, and during the acclimation process. Yeah, and then once we're happy that everything is illness free, problem free, etc, then lights go back on, and tomorrow or so when people want them, we're happy enough for them to go out. It's Tuesday morning today. We like to get deliveries in early in the week if we can. A number of deliveries coming this week, freshwater, marines, they all come in a very similar way, so they're polyboxed and packaged well for temperature control, to make sure that temperatures don't drop in the box too much. Like I said, if you have, if it's cold weather, then we'll find heat packs going into the boxes as well, that kind of thing. So yeah, they come to us overnight, generally come in happy and healthy. If there are any issues, then we deal with them. Anything we don't like to see, obviously we're highlighting that, pulling them out into separate treatment systems, etc. But for the most part, we try to use suppliers that don't cause us too many issues in that respect. the ones that we know to sell us happy, healthy fish that come in and do well in our systems and then in your tanks. So yeah, that's basically the ins and outs of a marine delivery. We have some inverts coming in as well. It's mostly fish today from this delivery. Don't know if you guys can see these, but we have some lovely little sexy shrimp in the bag there. They'll be going in, and once they're all acclimated properly, they'll be available for you guys to come and have a look at and buy and add to your tank if you so wish. Right, let's see, that is an Aptasia. So let's see, we often get people saying, do peppermints truly eat Aptasia? How do you know the ones you've got are the ones that eat Aptasia? Let's see what we get from these lads. Let's drop this in, there it goes. One Aptasia. Gotcha. Straight away. Oh, and another one, now they're going to fight over it. Look at that. Whoop. We're literally going to have an argument over it now. That guy wants to take it away and have it for himself. So, literally that's the second, the other one's over there, the other guy's eating that. Yeah, we kind of let Aptasia grow here and there in the store. It's unrealistic to say that you're never going to get it at all. And actually, I think like I said in the intro video a few weeks ago, when you're selling cleanup crew, you need to be able to feed them. You need to have the things that they need in order to do their job. There you are, there's your man up there with the Aptasia. He's carried that off at the side of the weir box to make sure no one else can take it off him. Yeah, if you can't feed your cleanup crew, how do you know that they're actually going to do the job for the customers when they get back in the tanks at home? So being able to pull one or two Aptasia out here and there and feed them to our peppermint shrimp is good for everyone, I think. Shows you guys that they're doing what they should do, keeps them fed and healthy. I don't know, there's a lot of talk in the industry about getting various animals eating various things, getting animals that are on natural food used to things like pellets and flake and frozen and stuff like that. Well, you want your peppermint shrimps fully switched over to the easy frozen food that gets thrown in every day, or do you want them still predating on their natural food, which is Aptasia and anemones? Another good example sitting right here on the glass, right below the writing, if you can see it. We'll try and find it. There. Oop, a shadow of me. Don't know whether this will show up, but right there we have an Asterina star. So we'll pull that out and feed it to the harlequin shrimp, I think. Give them a nice bit of breakfast too. Alright guys, well I think that's about enough for one day. like I say, just a little bit of an insight into some of the stuff that we do around the shop, some of the things that we do to keep it ticking. Finally managed to get me a cup of coffee. Where are we now? Wednesday afternoon. We've been filming these little clips over the last few days, so it's not just one day, it's a few bits from all over the place. Hope it's interesting for you. Do me a favour, drop us a like, drop us a subscribe. There's quite a lot of people viewing our videos, which is fantastic. I'd love to see everyone that's viewing it subscribed. Just helps us to get the content out there. I'm not trying to make money out of this, it's just for enjoyment and to get the message out there and to get you guys looking at what we're doing, bring you guys some special offers, this, that and the other. So little likes and subscribes, cost you nothing, helps us out. It'd be really good for you guys to do that. Now here's a way that you guys can get involved in the channel if you want to. We're about to start a series of videos where we look at the tanks that you guys are keeping. I think we're going to call it Tanks of Ireland. So if you've got a nice tank that you'd like to show off, it doesn't have to be special, doesn't have to be big. Lots of people are interested in how other people keep their tanks. Doesn't even have to be salt water. We're looking at reefs, we're looking at freshwater, fish only, anything along those lines. If you're interested in having us come out to see you, video your tank, have a chat about what you're doing and how you're running it, drop us a message, drop us a line in the comments, get in touch through all of the usual ways, and maybe your tank will appear on Reef Lounge Aquatics TV soon.